What's this wrapped around? Why am I stuck?
Dude, the fat is wrapped around my body. That's what's wrapped around me.
Yeah.
It's fat.
Body shaming is a real thing.
Are we body shaming in this podcast? That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. We're all...
Is all it gets you listeners?
Yeah, I mean, we all look like we're the epitome of fitness on this video. That's great.
Dude, look at this. I got man boobs.
Fitness burrito in my mouth.
I don't want to wear my glasses, but then I can't see the picture. There it is.
A podcast about bourbon and the ones who drink it. This is Bourbon Matters. Welcome to Bourbon Matters. I'm Jake.
I'm Dan.
I'm Roberto PDL.
Back from the dead.
Oh, yeah, homie.
Yeah, you were
Or
gone.
back from DC.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a rough week. Travel these days is not pretty. My flight got canceled twice going to DC. And then delayed, and so I got in like at 2:30 in the morning, and then coming back it was delayed 4 hours. So that was nice. That was fun. It was a fun week in DC. I got out right before the opinion, so it was. I flew back on Thursday, and on Friday they released the opinion, the Supreme Court. So I made that out on time.
Clutch.
Did you have any flight issues on your way down to Alabama?
No.
Everything went well?
My seat was really small.
Well, it's economy.
And Jenna decided to change her name like right before the flight, so she wasn't sitting next to me anymore.
Oh,
So
My
that was
seat is
fun.
always small.
It was only like an hour and 20-minute flight though, so it wasn't that bad.
I'm surprised it's even that.
Yeah.
Wow. You would think it would be like an hour.
But both of them were fast.
Yeah.
They were under by like 15 minutes on both ways.
Nice.
So yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's even more than an hour because Alabama's not that far.
Yeah,
And you can drive that in like 10 hours or something now.
I think so.
I think that's what they said is 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did they? Yeah, I think they said 8-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I unlike you guys, did not fly last week.
Yeah.
My parents did. They left O'Hare in Chicago and flew to Cancun, but right before their flight got changed to lay over
Jeez.
in Philadelphia on their way from Chicago to Cancun.
Nice.
It's on the way. Just a quick
Gotta
jog.
love a random Philly pit stop.
Yeah.
Dude, that sucks,
The
man.
the good thing was they got upgraded to first class from the flight from Philly down.
Oh, really?
though. So
That's good.
They were
Just because they have status or because they...
I don't know. They have a lot of United
Yeah,
flights or points. They always fly there. I'm
They get-
guessing because
Oh, you mean not for the major inconvenience?
I know that's what I was going to say because of the 4 hour
I mean,
Philly layover.
the flight they still got down there, which I think is just airlines call a minor inconvenience at this point. It's only a major.
Well,
if
at
you can't
this
get
point,
there.
they just call it the cost of flying.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, whatever. Your flight got canceled twice. That's what they told us. The lady's like, sorry, that's just how it goes. We're short-staffed and there's issues. So it's like, they used to apologize. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. We'll give you a voucher.
Yeah,
Dude,
no,
these
not
days,
anymore.
like, no. Like, I got into freaking Reagan at 2:45 in the morning. And there were like 3 cabs. I always take a cab because Uber is ridiculous to try to get it over there. And the guy shows up, and I get in the cab, and he's like, "You're the last flight into Reagan today." I'm like, "How do you know?" He's like, "Oh, they told us that they're holding a few cabs because of the last flight that was my flight." So thankfully, I got a cab. Otherwise, I would have. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you do at that point.
Yeah. I don't-
It's like, geez.
I learned that cabs are still a thing.
Yeah. So cabs in Reagan National apparently are the thing. Like Uber, people don't Uber. They just go and grab a cab.
Yeah. Well, it's almost every airport is set up to make getting a taxi way easier than an Uber.
Oh yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah, like
'Cause
you
they
would
don't
pull
want
Uber and
doing
like,
it.
1 hour wait or something. I mean, there were Ubers, of course. They'll come get you, but
It's not the wait. It's the what. Like they put the Uber pickup on the farthest away from baggage claim they can possibly put.
Oh
it,
yeah.
and just make it.
it's like at O'Hare.
Yeah.
Like you got to walk upstairs and then 2 terminals over, and then it's like, oh shit. But anyway, that's good. I wish I would have traveled with whiskey, but I didn't. I did not drink on the plane.
Yeah.
That would have been nice though.
Yeah.
I usually just like to get loaded up before I get on the plane.
Yeah, dude. I saw a guy triple fisting by the time we got the second cancellation. Triple fisting IPAs at O'Hare. I put a picture on Facebook stories, and the guy he was on my flight. They got us out of the plane. He went to the bar, got 3 IPAs, and I have a picture of him just standing there holding 3 IPAs, and he was drinking out of one while holding the other 2.
The drunkest I've ever been on a flight was actually down to San Antonio.
Oh, that makes
we
a
were,
lot of
we were
sense.
taking a family vacation down there. My parents flew out early, and then me and my sister's family were meeting. My parents booked all the flights, and I think for the flights and everything, they booked us actually out of Midway. We had to go down there for our flights. But it was one of those. It was like a 6 or 7 o'clock flight, and I worked in the northern suburbs, and I had to get down there, and it was going to be during 5 o'clock, which is going to be the worst time to get from the north burbs.
Luck.
So I think I had booked an Uber at like 2:30 or something. I'm like, I'm just gonna get down there early because nothing I could hate more than just being stuck in a taxi or an Uber during rush hour.
Yeah.
So I think I got down there at like 3:30 or something, or maybe just before 4. And my sister and them weren't gonna get until 6, and it was like a 7:30 flight. I just remember like I got my bar tab when my sister and them showed up. And I'm like, oh, I should have stopped a long time ago.
$155.
Oh, it was close to $200, I think, because I had
shit.
some food too, and I'm like, jeez,
Jeez,
I haven't.
that's-
And the bar was right by the terminal. So. But sometimes you just gotta live large, right?
Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
go all out. Yeah.
Speaking of living large,
Oh, good.
this is
transition.
our 4th of July episode.
America.
So we're doing a couple American-themed whiskeys.
I even dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, so did I. I'm wearing my Ron Swanson button
Nice.
down.
I apparently wasn't in that text thread.
No.
I just this is actually the one that was next to my bed right before this. So I was like, oh shoot, this is nice. Anyway.
And when we say American themed bourbon, it's just here because it has the stars and stripes on the bottom.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if you don't like the stars and stripes, get out of the damn country.
They're both American whiskeys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Pretty bottles.
Almost everything we've done has been an American whiskey.
True.
Except for the Irish episode.
The Irish episode was good.
Yeah. So this is Resilient. We're going to try the Bottled in Bond, which is their standard offering, and the 16-year special release.
I'm excited. I haven't tried
Fancy.
those.
Yeah.
It's my first time.
Before we get into that, though, while Dan or Roberto pours us.
Well, let's be honest. It's not going to be Roberto.
Nope.
I'm the talent, dude. Like,
I'm going to get into
now people can actually see that I'm the talent.
I'm going to get into a quick history of American whiskey.
Nice.
So there are different types of American whiskey. There's bourbon, obviously, which is the big one. Rye malt, wheat, Tennessee, and corn whiskey. So bourbon and Tennessee whiskeys are strictly American and cannot be produced anywhere else in the world. Tennessee is actually qualifies as bourbon, but they charcoal filter it. And to be a Tennessee whiskey, you have to charcoal filter it.
Yep.
So back in the early colonial days of America, sugarcane and from sugarcane rum was the main distilled spirit in, I think, all of North America. However, the northern U.S. climate was ideal for rye, which is a very hardy grain. It brought over, I think, primarily by German colonial immigrants. I think rye is typically grown in Germany,
Yeah.
Northern Europe.
I think that's why the climate for like New York and New
Yeah.
England is so good for rye because it's right at the same climate.
Yeah. So distillation of rye mashes quickly gained traction. The newly established U.S. government was looking to make revenue, so they began taxing whiskey production in 1791.
Government does it again. Just
Big
screws everything
government.
up.
Always.
Big government.
So this sparked the Whiskey Rebellion, which was led by angry farmers and distillers who were like, hey, didn't we just fight a war about taxation without representation? To which the federal government said, no, and quickly crushed that. So by 1794, the rebellion was over. And they made the argument that we can tax you because you do have representation in Congress. So that established that precedent of taxing things.
Only if you're rich, though, do you have a voice in Congress.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, what do you make out of that crazy 32, 26-year-old that was there that got kicked out finally? What was his name? I don't know. The Republican guy, the kid. He was like 26.
I don't know.
He was not rich or anything. He was just happened to be popular. I don't know. I don't know if you need to have money to be in Congress.
You don't need to.
In this state,
Well, I mean, it's. Still
I'm
annoying.
getting flashbacks of Jack Nicholson in The Departed. In this
In this country,
in this state,
you don't add inches to your dick.
in this state, you need money to be in politics.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, this is the state of politics. Yes. Did you know that Illinois has more local governments than any state in the country?
More units of government
Units of government. Yes.
than any other state.
than any other state.
Yeah.
Did I say country?
Yeah.
I said country. Did any other state?
But probably country too.
Yeah.
So by the 1800s, whiskey quality had become extremely suspect. This prompted the federal government to establish industry quality standards, which is known as the Bottled and Bond Act in 1897. We've gone over these requirements in previous episodes, so I'll just be quick. Bottled and Bond requires that it be aged 4 years minimum, bottled at 100 proof, and has to be a straight whiskey, which means you can't add anything to the whiskey. Mm-hmm. So no colorings, no flavors, no sugar, no BS. In 1920, the 18th Amendment was ratified, ending liquor sales and kicking off Prohibition. However, 6 medicinal licenses were granted in incredibly corrupt fashion.
Probably in Illinois.
Number 1 was Brown-Forman. Number 2 is Frankfurt Distilleries. Number 3 was Stitzel Distillery. Number 4 is American Medicinal Spirits Company, which sounds oddly on point.
Yep.
Number 5 was Shenley Industries, and number 6 was James Thompson and Brother. The 18th Amendment was repealed in 1933, sparking the resurgence of American whiskey production. And as we've talked about before, beginning about the 1960s, whiskey started to decline in popularity, and it wouldn't pick back up until like the late 2000s, bringing us back up to today. And since I was there over the weekend, Jack Daniel's is the oldest whiskey brand in America, founded in 1875, which puts it at 147 years old. Mm-hmm. It's been run by Jack and his descendants until 1956, when it was sold to Brown-Forman. It's like the current land that it sits on was purchased by Jack in 1884. So that distillery ground is basically where it's existed almost its entire existence. And Jack Daniel's was actually the first federally registered distillery in the United States. So I think it's a safe thing to say that it's the oldest
Continually operated.
Well, they did actually shut down during Prohibition, at least officially.
Yeah.
So they're not the oldest.
Well,
They're the oldest existing brand
right
of whiskey in America.
Because I mean, like when we talked about like 1776, they were shut down for quite a while.
Right.
But they could be the oldest if they never shut down.
Yeah.
Right.
Jack was able to keep it going except through Prohibition.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. Jack was good. I like
Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack is good.
We talked about this. you know.
Yeah, we talked
Jack's
about the
good.
bonded. I just never liked the original. I never liked Old Number 7
I
that
don't mind
much,
it.
but bonded was pretty delicious.
Yeah. So, Dan, you want to teach us about the whiskey we're drinking today?
Yeah, the first one we're going to do is Resilient Bottled and Bond.
You don't even have your laptop.
I know. I don't
Right,
have,
you memorized all this shit?
no, I don't have my laptop anymore.
What do you mean?
I couldn't take it to the underpass at 294. in
Are you the blue tarp that I
Yeah,
that I lent
it's
you?
been
it's
quite
working out?
cozy.
It's good. Okay.
The one thing I want to know is why there's a circular hole about 4 inches in diameter on the one wall. Like,
I mean, you're homeless. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta pass the time.
yeah. Resilient is a product from BC Merchants, and their big thing is they pick their barrels out. So when we get into the 16 year, they have a bunch of different 14, 15, 16, 17 year out there. Each one is a different barrel. One of their biggest things is they go through and they're very selective, and they get their specific barrels that they want. The bottled and bond is actually distilled in Indiana. It's an MGP distillation. I think they do it like 8 barrels and blend the 8 barrels together.
Okay. Which is a pretty small
Yeah.
blended
Yeah.
batch.
It's distilled there. They bottle it in Kentucky, in Stanford.
Yeah.
It's a bottle and bond. We know the age is 4 years. We know it's 100 proof. The mash bill on this is 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% barley, which is
Malted barley, right?
just says barley.
Oh, okay. Got it. I'm confusing it with the 16. The 16 is malted barley.
But again, this one comes from Indiana. Now, when we switch over to the other ones, they can come from MGP in Indiana or Tennessee, which it's basically everyone saying it's Dickel. But those can be a mix of either one. But that's this one. Pretty light in color. We'll be able to. Just from when we put the bottles down, the 17 year or 16 year has a lot darker color to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just your standard bottled and bond MGP whiskey.
Yeah. I like the bottle. I've always liked bottles that are tall and skinny like this one. Maybe because I always wanted to be tall and skinny, and people can actually see me on YouTube now. I am not tall or skinny. But I'm trying to hide my fat around that. What did you say? Wraps around you or something?
Yeah. The stripes help.
This stripes actually don't help. But anyway, no, I do like the bottles. There's something about a tall and skinny bottle like this that I really like the Taylors, the Taylors.
Yeah.
Are like this, and I like those too.
Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
Actually, that may be the same bottle as Eagle Rare now that you mention it. The color is light. It's a light color. It's what is the age on this? It doesn't say, right?
4 years is all.
At least 4 years.
It's at least because the bottle and bond, it just doesn't have a lot of color. You can tell that even 4 years, which is a decent amount of time, maybe wasn't enough to get the color from the wood. But this is, I'm enjoying that. I started sipping the whiskey, as you can tell in video, probably even before we started. It was a little harsh on the nose to me. Like I could tell, what's the proof again? 100 because it's bottle and bond.
You're getting it. You're figuring it out.
Man, I'm telling you, 2 weeks without doing this, and I'm out of practice. I also haven't slept in like 3 weeks, so this is delirium. So it was a little harsh on the nose. 50% alcohol. You can smell the alcohol a little. 100 should be, in my opinion, 90 to 100 should be smooth on the nose, and this one to me was a little harsh, but maybe that's just me.
So is it a little bit? Yeah.
At first taste, I could tell it was a little bitter at the first taste. The second one was a little more flavorful. And again, that's just because the mouth is waking up when you take the first one. It was truly my first taste today. So it wasn't a lot of flavor. I didn't really taste a lot of complexity, but now I'm starting to, on the second and third sips, I'm starting to get some vanilla for sure. I'm starting to get some nice caramel notes. And it's not very spicy.
For that much rye.
Right.
For a 36% rye.
Exactly. That struck me as interesting that it's 36% rye, and I don't really taste any spice.
Yeah, it has a nice balance. You definitely get a corn taste. But it's not like a white whiskey corn taste. It's a little mellowed out and smooth, which is nice.
I agree with that.
On the nose, I'm getting like dried fruit or something, like dried cherries or like dried cranberries or something like that.
That's a good one. It's definitely fruity. Not a lot. Not like
Not-
Yeah,
cheesy
it's
fruity.
It's very subtle.
Yeah.
It's subtle. Like me, I'm fruity and subtle. I don't even know what that means.
I think you do.
Sometimes when I'm delirious, I just say stupid shit.
Oh, just when you're delirious, you say stupid shit.
And on the 4th of July. That's because there's a lot of drinking involved. So, again, I was talking about the first sip. It was a little harsh to me. It was a little bitter. I'm on my 4th or 5th sip, and I'm starting to get a really nice balance out of this whiskey.
Yeah.
Again, the corn, you made a good point about the corn. It's definitely there, and obviously because it's 60%, it's highlighted. I'm still surprised that I don't taste a lot of spice, and there's no aftertaste of spice.
Yeah, that's shocking to me. And I mean, Jake, we were talking about this before. Yesterday, Jake and I were at a blind tasting at a liquor store, and we were both dead set on one of these whiskeys being a rye.
Yeah.
Like my guess on it was Bullet Rye,
Yeah. What was it?
Eagle Rare.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting.
And this, like, I thought that at the time, we all thought, our whole table thought it was a rye.
Yeah.
But I would expect, knowing that this has 36% rye in it, I am shocked at how little rye I actually get out of it.
Yeah.
It's hitting me a little bit in like the mid mouth, but it's not lingering for very long. It's like it shows up and then it's gone right away.
Yeah, that's a good observation because now I can definitely feel it in the middle of the tongue. I can feel some of it.
It's not that like really harsh black pepper kind of thing. It's more of like I don't really know how to
I don't know how like
describe. It's
almost
like a
like
much more mellowed,
very
like
mellow,
peppery kind of.
very mellow. It's I get a little bit of hot tamales taste. I don't know if you have had a hot tamale before.
Like a cinnamon kind
like
of
a cinnamon
thing.
hot tamale. I'm getting that. I'm getting like a cinnamon jelly bean flavor. And I think that's what you're describing. That's what made me think of it, which is like a little hot, a little spice,
Yeah, yeah,
but it doesn't linger.
right.
The rye, the reason why I really like the high rye is because it lingers, but it's a well-balanced spice, like peppers, like peppercorn.
It's almost like a poblano.
Like, that's a really good way to say it. And
Like it's there, but it's not really
Yeah.
like very pronounced.
and it's flavorful. And in this one, again, I like that it's subtle. I wish it was more because I like high rye. But I'm enjoying it. I think the complexity is decent. Anytime you get a bottle in bond, just because it's got to be at least 4 years, it's gonna get some good balance. It's Indiana whiskey, but it's good. I don't think it's bad. I like this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rate it. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
But
It's not bad. Now, I want to take this a little bit different thing. So we talked a lot about this is a bottle and bond. This is about a $70 bottle and bond.
yeah.
This one is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
It
I
said
thought I
like-
paid like $40 for it.
Yeah, but I looked. Oh,
I'm
inflation.
surprised Jake actually keeps track of how much he pays for these bottles. He just goes to Benny. He's like, all right, give me 20.
Well,
And you check the receipt or something.
Well, no, because I've been eyeing this one for a long time, the 16 year, and it's like 120 to 150 somewhere in there.
This one is the 16.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that one, the reason I bought the bottled in bond was because it was like dirt cheap.
Yeah.
It was like, I want to say it was around $40 when I bought it.
I thought it was a decent amount higher than that, from what I was seeing.
Well, and now that you mention it, I think if it's like 35, 40, whatever you may have paid for it, I think it's the right price. I think 70 would be high for this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would pay 70 for this, but 35 or 40, what you were saying, I think that's right on. This is a good. If it's a $40 bottle, this is a good $40 bottle. I think that's good.
Yeah, I mean, the bottle right behind it on the table over here is the Jack Bonded, and that's right at the $35-$40 mark.
Yeah,
I think we've done that one. I think that's a really good BIB. Is it better than Taylor Bottled and Bond? Definitely not.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, no.
No.
Taylor bottle. No.
Yeah. No, online it's showing between like 50 and
49.
yeah.
I think retail's 49.
So maybe it's around 50.
Which that's I think that's right.
It's not terrible.
Yeah. I think that's right. It's not an entry level bottle.
Yeah.
If you're an entry level guy to whiskey, we've talked about this. There's better whiskeys to go into, like Elijah's and Bullets and others.
Yeah.
This is more like, okay, I've tried those. Now I'm gonna move up a level, and it's a good bottle.
Yeah. It's just interesting, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It doesn't. There's like nothing that
Nah.
I'm not gonna get up after this and run to
Yeah.
the liquor store and grab one. I'm not saying I won't ever get one.
Yeah. I'm not excited. Like sometimes you've had a long ass day at work. Not Dan, because he doesn't work. He's unemployed under the underpass.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you pick, by the way?
294 in Milwaukee.
That was my spot.
I took your spot again.
Wow.
Bubba says hello. By the
Yeah,
way,
he's a good guy, man. He had good whiskeys too. I don't know what the heck it was in that bottle, but he called it whiskey. Yeah.
he swings by a lot, and I'm not sure if it's 'cause of that hole or what. But he told me to tell you hi. He stuck his head through there.
Oh yeah, he's a man, dude. Wow.
his
the hole-
face, not his other
The
one.
hole got that big. Wow, that's a lot of usage. But yeah. So anyway, so sometimes you have a long ass day at work, like today, and you're just excited to go. Like one of your go-to whiskeys, like I'm gonna open this. I'm gonna pour some E.H. Taylor rye because I'm really excited. This wouldn't be that bottle, but at the same time, I would not be afraid to have my family or friends over and say, let's break out this bottle.
Yeah.
While we hang out. It's a good hangout bottle. To your point, it's nothing crazy to write home about, but at the same time, it's drinkable. It's good.
I think if it was like around 30, 35, it would be a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think 50, 55 should give you a little bit of pause.
Yep.
Again, it's not bad. I just don't know if it's worth that much.
And I guess like let's be real too. Like bottled and bonds, they're good, but they're just solid whiskeys, right? I mean, name a bottle and bond that sticks out and is like it's the. I mean, they're all really similar mash bills. They're all same proof. They're all aged roughly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you have your ones you like better than other ones, but a bottle and bond is just a good, solid whiskey, but it's usually nothing ever crazy because it doesn't have a lot of, some of them don't have, I mean, it's just a 4-year age and that might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of the point of bottled and bond is that, you're getting a certain standard of quality.
Yeah.
And, some exceed that, like Heaven Hill with the 7-year bottled and bond.
Good bottle.
And I'm sure there's others that are over 4 years, but
Yeah.
if you're getting a 4-year bottled and bond, that it's at least going to be pretty drinkable.
Yeah.
And that you're going to get some like classic bourbon flavors out of it.
Agreed.
And that's what you can expect.
Is the McKenna 10 is a bottle and bond, isn't it?
I think so. Right?
For a 10-year.
Is it
Not
over there?
sure.
It's 100 proof.
It is?
It's 100 proof. I think it's got to
So
be.
then it's got to be by, I mean, because then it's a 10.
Right.
And if it's 4 years.
Yeah, I'm
it's
pretty sure it is.
Yeah, so it's got to be. McKenna 10 is just one of those that if you find it, it's not that crazy expensive. Like Sam had it this weekend.
Yeah, it's usually 70 or 80, somewhere in there.
75.
That is worth every penny.
And that is worth every penny. We didn't give Sam a shout out, actually. We went to see him on Saturday. Shout out, Sam.
Yeah.
Me and Roberto went to see him, and Jake walked home with the most whiskey.
It was only 2.
Yeah, Bardstown, collaboration,
Rum finish.
rum finish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be amazing. I've heard great things about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it.
And I got the founders, the Bardstown founders, because I don't have one. You guys have a bottle. I don't.
Yeah. The Founders is really good too.
Yeah, I'm excited to open it because maybe I've tried it, maybe I'm not.
Oh, what else did you get there? The big one.
Which one?
The one in the wood box?
Oh, I got Blood Oath. He was reserving.
Oh, you did it? You got it?
Yeah,
Nice.
he was reserving the Blood Oath for me.
Did you pop it yet?
Not yet. No, because I want to finish my 2019 first.
Oh, okay.
Because I got 2019.
Which is that? That's the blue one.
That's the blue.
Okay.
Yeah. This one Sam got me the 2022, and I also have the 2021 that I got at Sam's last year. So yeah, and obviously Jay got a Blanties.
Yeah.
Obviously, because one of us always walks out with a Blanties. What else? What else did we get? I got that Mexican whiskey that I'm really excited to try.
Oh, you got one of the Adictivo.
Oh, you did?
I don't have. I mean, I've never heard of it.
It's good.
Is it? Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's different because it's finished in tequila barrels.
Yeah.
But it's good. Like, I enjoy it.
I'm excited to try it. I mean, I don't expect a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm Mexican.
Wait, what?
I don't expect a lot from Mexican whiskeys.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to try it. Yeah.
I mean, it's like as a standalone whiskey, it's not like anything to write home about. But the tequila finish adds a really interesting flavor to it. That makes it like worth what it was like $50 or something.
I think like he's 65 I think is what he was selling it for.
I mean, it's interesting enough that it's worth getting. If you like tequila, I'm sure you would really enjoy it.
Okay, nice. My dad's here for July 4th weekend, so maybe I'll open it with him. That'd be nice. And then have wings at Dan's house. Anyway, so yeah,
I stayed cheap because I only walked out with a bottle of Jack Bonded.
Yeah, you did.
But I paid.
I'm the one that dropped $1,400.
But I paid for the pours, and we did not go with cheap pours. And we did do a unicorn bottle that we have both never tried before.
Old Forester.
Happy birthday!
You did? Nice.
Have you tried it?
No.
Oh my god, it's worth every ounce.
I saw it up there, and I'm like,
I've seen it a few times and thought about it, and I just haven't yet.
Yeah,
it's worth every ounce.
I stayed pretty good on buying things because last time I was there, I picked up a Weller Antique from him.
Yeah,
the 107.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, nice. It was good. It was a good visit. Thanks, Sam, as always.
Yeah, Sam, your shout out. But yeah, Old Forester birthday, I can definitely see why it's worth the hype.
Yeah.
I don't, if it's going for absolute insane amounts of dollars, I don't think I'd buy it for insane amounts of dollars. And I'm trying to get out of that stage of
I don't know. What is the like retail on that?
I think it's probably like a 120 or 140 bottle, and it's going for over $1,000 everywhere.
Yeah, aftermarket's crazy on it.
I think retail is about 120, 125. Yeah, I mean, if you go shopping online, it's $1,000. It's just ridiculous. I would never buy that for $1,000. I would never buy anything for $1,000.
Well,
my blue tarp was $1,000.
Not how much you've made off of your blue tarp.
Oh, then it was $25 at Walmart. Anyway, so what's next?
So now we'll do a 16-year. These are all single barrels, and they're all barrel number is on the bottle. This is out of Tennessee. And if you want to start pouring, you're finishing? Or
yep. No, I'm rinsing my glass, as you can tell on YouTube. I like this YouTube thing, because I forget, and I'm like picking my nose and shit. Like, oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the thing I don't like about YouTube is I now have to wear pants when we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Which
why? You look good. Legs look good.
Oh, it's hilarious because I've been kayaking and now I have a kayaker's tan, so you can kind of see the slash marks from where my leg is at in the kayak.
Yeah. Just your knees are tan.
Yeah, that was just because the blue tarp didn't cover you fully.
So almost all of their older aged ones have been Tennessee. Some can come out of Indiana, but this is a Tennessee. They just say Tennessee whiskey on there now. It's basically general consensus that this is a little bit more there, Buttercup. Thank you.
More, you don't have that much.
Yeah, give me some more.
Keep it coming.
I don't got to work tomorrow, so.
I don't have a microphone in front of me, so you guys talk.
It's a 16-year. More than likely, almost 100% positive it's going to be a Dickel. I'll have to once Roberto's done with the bottle, since Jake sent me a picture of it, but I didn't take my notes on it. The mash bill on this, very similar to a Dickel mash bill. It's 84% corn, 8% rye, 8% barley. Barrel 200, bottle 107. They're all labeled on here. This is a 106.26 proof. The barrel was filled January 2005, and it was bottled on December 2021. Again, they do all their bottling in Kentucky for Resilient at the BC Merchants Place. But you can definitely tell right off the bat when you're sitting these things side by side, which I'll do for the fine viewer. Maybe who knows if we have multiples on YouTube.
Viewer, singular.
You can, I mean, even you can
one.
see quite a bit of different color.
Yeah.
The 16-year has that Coca-Cola look to it in the bottle.
For sure, yeah. It's
yeah,
it's a noticeably dark whiskey. It has very like double oak kind of color to it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's as dark as like the Balmeria from Garrison Brothers.
No, yeah.
Oh, that one's dark.
I mean, it's pretty close.
But it is a very, very dark.
Yeah, this is really dark. You know, I'm trying to compare. I don't know who's darker, me or the whiskey. But maybe the whiskey one.
The whiskey's less olive.
The whiskey is less. Yes, I like that. I am olive. I'm Mediterranean. So that's one thing that's striking is if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the two bottles in front of us, and one is like 3 or 4 shades darker than the American. I'm sorry, the BIB. And that's normally a good sign that it's been nicely aged. I mean, obviously 16 year.
Damn near legal.
It's isn't there a Nick?
You okay over there, Jake?
Isn't there a song?
I think this is the oldest whiskey we've had on the show, right?
That's what Dan said. Too.
No, Elijah 18 is a fully
you're
legal
right.
bottle.
That's what Dan said at some point. That's the oldest I've had.
Yeah, Elijah 18 is the oldest.
Elijah 18. We haven't had a 21 whiskey, I don't think.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the color is great. It is to your point. It's like Mexican Coke, Coca-Cola, not actual Coke. That one is white as hell.
Which one do you prefer?
I've never tried the white one, so I don't know. I love the amber. My headphones don't work, so they stopped working somehow when I got up. Maybe I pulled a cord. But on that note, I pull a cord often in life.
Jeez.
And I don't know what that means.
I think you do.
You say stupid shit all the time. And again, that's normally a good sign that this is going to be a good balanced, complex. Maybe not balanced. You can find some darker ones that are not well balanced, but complex for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it. I don't know if you guys did.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm smelling it.
I'm smelling it too.
I am smelling a lot of the char.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the whatever wine it was finished in.
Was it port? Because it smells almost like a port. Yeah, but you're right. The wine smell is in there somewhere.
I'm not getting that, but I don't have a good
I'm getting a
nose.
little bit of wine, like a Cabernet.
This one doesn't say that
But
it's
it's maybe
finished
like
in
a
anything.
port.
So this might not be finished in anything.
I don't think they usually are.
Yeah.
The 17 years are.
Okay.
Because I think they take the 16 and they finish it for a year and
For another
in
year.
a wine
Yeah.
cask. This one may not have been aged in anything
Interesting.
or finished in anything.
They have on there, I'll have to pull it up now they know the barrel number. They have all the different barrels on their website listed. So I'll be able to pull that up. But I smell a lot of char on the oak on this.
I can definitely smell the char. I can smell the oak. The oak is shining through really nicely. I haven't tasted it. I've been smelling it.
The taste is pretty good.
And the complexity of the smell is really good.
Yeah, the smell is very very complex.
It's sweet. It's oaky. It's caramel. It's vanilla.
Yeah, and there's like whatever that like
Leather.
the fruity, leather, the like that wine smell.
Yep.
Whatever. I'm not good enough on
No,
wines
yeah, but
to
that's
give you
I know
that.
exactly what you're saying. Again, I smell like a port or a Cabernet in here. So I don't know if
Yeah, it's definitely like a red wine
Yep.
smell. But yeah, it's
in candy. candied peach.
Candy corn.
Candy corn. Candy corn. Let me go throw up real quick. Candied peach, I think. There's a peach smell here. Oh, I don't know. I'm enjoying this. I haven't tasted it, but I'm excited.
Well, you can start tasting. I'm still trying to find this. I'm not seeing Barrel 200 on their website.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
This is smooth as hell.
It's very, very, very well rounded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't get like from start to finish. It's like a very smooth rolling of flavors.
Yes.
You get like I'm getting like a little bit of like cherry Coke on the finish.
Cherry Coke.
Definitely some like hard oak, vanilla.
Vanilla for sure, oak for sure. I mean this is oaky. I like this.
There's not the pepper note that the other one had.
There's some sort of spice.
You know, this one's 8% rye, so that's kind of in line with losing that note. But
there's a little bit of spice on my tongue, and I don't know if it's because of the alcohol or the rye. But you're right.
Much. It's 8% rye.
Yeah, so you're right.
Yeah.
It's probably just like lingering alcohol on the tongue.
Yeah, I mean
Which is not bad. I mean, I love that aftertaste.
It's a very nice pour.
This is complex and balanced. Like me. Look at me on YouTube. I'm complex and balanced. Except for all my balance is in the middle.
It's got a center of gravity.
It's the center of gravity.
This is kind of cool. Your bottle is 107. This barrel came out with 114 bottles. So you're almost one of the last bottles off the line. What they're saying is on the nose, baked peach, dried strawberry, vanilla toffee, cocoa butter, and pleasant oak spice.
Okay.
Has a rich underbelly of caramel, toffee, and vanilla.
What the hell does that even mean? I have an underbelly. Have you seen me on YouTube?
I think we all have underbellies.
I'm enjoying this whiskey a lot.
I like it.
I really am.
This would be really good with a cigar.
This would be... Okay, I'm going to one-up that one. This would be good with a steak and then a cigar.
Yeah.
I'm going to one down this. I'm not a big fan.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Why do we even have this guy on the podcast? Where's Jenner?
I prefer the Bottle and Bond, actually, to this.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wait, tell me more, because I'm really perplexed.
I don't like the cherry finish on it.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay.
I think, and part of it's probably just because of mental psych myself up. I thought I was going to get some really strong oak tones out of this. I'm not getting it. It's almost has like it's got like the same like a dry red wine almost, like very heavy tannin.
I can smell that, but I actually like it.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Interesting.
Because it just stays on the tongue and just the tannins just kind of stay right there.
Yeah.
Oh, like I love a whiskey that like sits there and hangs out for a long time.
I do too, but I don't like the dryness of it.
See, it's not too dry for me. I mean, there's red wine for sure, like a taste of red wine of some sort.
Yeah,
but it's not like too dry for me. I mean,
it's pretty mild to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just more sensitive.
But for a 16-year-old whiskey, this doesn't taste like it was soaked in like dirt. You know, and like that kind of like very earthy kind of.
No, it doesn't have that feel at all to it.
I think the oak definitely comes through, but I don't think it's
not overpowering.
Yeah, it's not as overpowering as you would think for a 16-year.
I completely agree. I think that's why when I say that it's well balanced, that's exactly what I mean. You know, it's not too spicy, too oaky, too fruity. It's got, in my opinion, a really nice balance of fruit and oak and vanilla and alcohol even. I think the alcohol content's right on. Like I would spend, 120, 130?
Yeah.
I would spend that on this bottle for sure. Like I'm going to go get one.
I mean, the that lingering cherry Coke finish for me is like the highlight.
I like that too. I
Like,
love that cherry.
I love
flavor.
it.
Yep.
But like, if that's not your type of thing,
Yeah.
I can understand that.
And
this probably doesn't shine as
It's-
highly, you know.
Agreed.
it's an older whiskey. Now, if I'm gonna compare this to another old whiskey that we've had on the podcast, would be Elijah 18.
Yeah.
Hands down, give me any day of the week, Elijah 18. Now I get it's harder to find than this.
Right.
We mentioned it earlier as well. For a 10-year-old, I would take McKenna 10 at $70, almost half the price of this, over this.
That's fair. I think. Yeah.
It's a completely different style whiskey. I'm not a big fan of I'm not sure if it's tannin or what. I'm not a wine person. But that dryness that I get on the tongue, I'm not a big fan of that. And I'm not a huge fan of the cherry on the back end.
You know, I don't get a lot of I don't know. I don't get a
Know
lot
it,
of dryness on the tongue. I do a little bit. I know exactly what you're talking about, but
I wonder if this is actually distilled by Dickel. I wonder if the charcoal filter is what's bugging you.
That could be it because I'm not a big fan of that process.
Yeah.
I think I love that process. I think
But-
it gives it a really nice.
Well, yeah, I guess it would be charcoal filtered.
Yeah. Tennessee whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other aged stuff that we've had on here,
I like the complexity a lot.
and some other aged stuff that's aged more than 10 years that I'd prefer.
That you prefer more than 10?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Well,
some
or
other.
12.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's hands down. But
Yeah.
again, thank you for that bottle.
Did you open it?
Yeah, I've had the Weller 12 open for a while.
For a while? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Nice. It's one of my all-time favorite whiskeys is Weller 12.
Yeah,
I prefer over Pappy 10.
I do as well.
Hands down.
But it's no Pappy 12.
But it's no Pappy 12.
There's not much better than
according
Pappy 12.
according to Dan.
Am I wrong?
No. well,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
well, great.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. But there's better whiskeys than Pappy 12 that are not at, $2,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Like what?
Better whiskeys than Pappy 12?
EHT rye.
Oh, that's up there, man. I think that's great. I think I prefer an Elmer Tea Lee than a Pappy 12.
Yeah.
I prefer
EHT single barrel.
shit. Yes. There's better whiskeys than Pappy 12 that are not 1,000. Although EHT single barrel is probably giving it a run for its money. If you can find it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I have one.
3 something is what they're
I got
aftermarket.
Mine. I got mine for $175, which is still high for a $70 bottle.
Where'd you get it
of
from, Sam?
No, the guy that overcharges for everything.
Are you serious?
But except for that barrel or that bottle,
Wow.
apparently.
Yeah.
175. That's a good deal, man.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But Pappy 12 is definitely something special for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it's not bad. It's just not. I think I've had much better since we've been doing this.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've had better whiskeys than this. for
No,
sure.
like on the podcast, I think.
Oh yeah, because we did March Dramness, and there were some pretty solid shit
Some
out there.
bangers in March
Yeah,
Jam.
no kidding, man.
I'm the only one that's like, hey, I'm gonna put whiskeys you can find on a shelf, and then you guys are like, I'm gonna put 2 unicorn bottles in.
I thought we were trying to win.
Yeah. Mine won. Teely and who brought?
Yeah,
it?
you're right. You won with T.
No, I won with
You brought
Elijah
Elmer. Who
18.
brought Elmer? I don't know.
I did.
You did, okay.
Yeah.
And I brought Reserve, which was a finalist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and Blanton's, which was the final 4.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I got them both right for the finalists.
I think you picked everything right.
Everything. I
One
won.
through-
I won the
one
whole
through
thing.
eight.
Yeah.
I
Well,
came up
neither
with
of
the game.
Dan's made it to the second round.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, go figure. I'm not putting I'm not.
St. Cloud got eliminated in round 1.
Yeah, and the one we talked shit about was Elijah 94,
Yeah.
which we all said is one of our top favorite findable whiskeys, and then we all just sat and talked shit about it for about 10 minutes. Because we're
when-
That's
so
the problem with freaking blind taste.
When its Big Brother is in, it's hard to.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta.
they were different sides of the bracket, so we would have done I guess technically the first round we all did in one day.
Yeah.
You gotta hang with the big guns, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, nothing wrong with Elijah 94. It's a good whiskey.
Yeah. Ready to wrap this up?
Wow, that's it. It's been an hour. Wow.
Almost.
Look at this. We've been enjoying this so much that we had a good time for an hour, and I really enjoyed these 2 whiskeys.
Yeah, these are solid.
I mean, the 16 more than the bottle and bond. But I'm again, like we said, if I'm with friends, I wouldn't be afraid to open the BIB. And if I was going for something special, I would definitely open the 16.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. You want to hit us with the socials?
The socials are on Instagram. It keeps following. I haven't checked the followers on Instagram. I think it was like 350 or 340. Is it more? Is it increasing? Nice. Yeah, I've been busy. I've been out of pocket for a little while. Bourbon Matters on Instagram has been good.
Must be nice to be the talent to just float in and out.
They just fly you to DC like once every other week.
This should be Bourbon Matters with special guest Roberto PDL.
I think
featuring.
I think in Roberto's world it would be Bourbon Matters Bourbon Matters featuring Roberto with Dan and Jake.
Like small letters in the bottom with Dan and Jake. Like it would be the equivalent of the band at a Tonight Show or something.
If it was on a marquee, they probably wouldn't even put Jake and Dan
you guys
on
would
there.
open. You guys would open for me, and then I come out through the doors. And like, oh, okay, I'm here. But anyway, Bourbon Matters. So sounds like the following is increasing. That's very nice.
Yeah.
We have some good content, photos. We engage with other accounts with whiskey distilleries, and we actually get good engagement from distilleries themselves these days, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's nice. We appreciate everything that everybody sends our way, and
yes,
the comments that people leave. So keep it up.
Keep it up, and shout out to Jenna Ray who handles our socials.
Yep.
Facebook is the same thing, Bourbon Matters, and then bourbonmatterspodcast.com, which by the way got really good compliments today from a couple of people from work.
Nice.
Who Googled it and found it and were like, "This is your website?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Wow, you're the talent." I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
And now we have the YouTube videos up on there as well too. Since I have nothing else better to do with my day, I'm like, let's put our YouTube video. Let's get a video
How do you
page.
get Wi-Fi on 94 in Milwaukee?
He goes to the library.
Well, I guess.
No, you don't want to know how you get the internet at that spot.
Well, I was gonna say Lori Lightfoot actually gave everybody free Wi-Fi or something at some point. So.
But no, we now have a page on there that has the videos, and the YouTube videos are right there. So you can watch the YouTube videos on our website now.
Yes, please watch them because we want 1, money, 2, gifts, whatever we can get from a large following on Instagram or YouTube. We want it.
Yeah,
we want to get sponsored.
We've got like $5, so
we do.
I mean, no, we haven't.
Somebody frame them. We should frame those $5 actually.
We have no money.
Anyway, so that's it. Yeah, and then there's the podcasts.
Yeah, so you can find us on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and now YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube. From what I understand, it helps us out in all the different
That's what they say.
algorithms and all that crap.
I know a lot about those because I'm a mathematician.
Yeah.
I am a NASA engineer. Hey, we're wrapping this up. We didn't talk about your trip to Jack Daniels. What the hell?
Didn't we?
No, we did.
You said you were there.
I said I was
talk
there.
about that. We have 5 more minutes.
It's
fine.
cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, it's definitely worth going.
Okay.
They take you through. You go through the Welcome Center, which has some cool like exhibits. They have like all the bottles that they've ever used, like all the different bottle styles.
Like
in
even
this
the
one
medicine
display.
ones? That's awesome.
Yeah, there's even like jugs from the White Rabbit Saloon that Jack actually opened in town.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, it's cool. So then they take you down. They drive you to a stop, and you get off, and you walk down. You get to see where they make their own charcoal every day. They put these big racks of wood.
Oak?
It's I think it's maple.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It's maple. So they burn the maple, and they actually ignite it with the white whiskey that they distill that they're tossing.
Oh, the heads and the tails or something?
Yeah, the heads and tails actually is their accelerant.
Damn.
Then you walk down. They show you the actual spring where all the water comes from, which is really cool. And there's a statue of Jack there in bronze, so you can take a picture with Jack. They take you through fermentation and bottling and distilling, so you get to see the whole thing. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And then we did the Angels Share tour where you taste the higher end offerings.
Okay.
So like we tried Master Distillers Select, which is pretty good. Then we tried the Sinatra, which is great. It's really good.
Damn, that sounds really good.
The Sinatra, they actually take the barrel staves and they like cut the barrel staves so that you get like way more surface area.
It's kind of like what Twin Oak,
yeah.
Jefferson Twin Oak does. That same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So the oak flavor on it is definitely noticeable.
Wow.
And then we tried the single barrel barrel proof, and the single barrel rye.
Damn.
The single barrel proof is probably my favorite. It's really good.
Damn. Do they sell it? I mean, is it on the shelves or?
Every once in a while you can find it on the shelf.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye out.
Hopefully they didn't give you to try some Jack Apple or Jack
No,
Fire.
not in that one.
Some of that shit.
I think in the base tour
you serious?
you try one of them. It's probably Jack Honey.
Oh,
Which the
maybe-
Jack
maybe
Honey's
that
not
one's
that
okay.
bad,
maybe that
actually,
one's
yeah.
okay. But Apple and Fire, I would be like, I'm out, thanks.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth going to.
Nice.
If you want
a
to
good
make
tour.
the
The
if you're in like Nashville or something, it's probably like hour and a half away,
Yeah, it's
something
not
like
bad.
that. So it's worth doing a little day trip there.
It's a good drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, good. Very cool.
Sounds fun.
Yes.
Dan is
Good input.
Dan has a lot of really good. His contributions to the podcast are priceless, man.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. That's great.
Awesome. All right. So the podcast, just again, that's YouTube.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher.
Nice. All right. Well, we don't have the bourbon picked out on the schedule for next week, so that's our next
I
task.
thought
to
we were
after
doing
this.
mellow corn.
I think
yeah.
we should. Let's just call it mellow corn
yeah,
next
let's
time.
do it.
Mellow corn next week?
Mellow corn next week.
All right.
I'm in.
Cool.
We're gonna go
I'll
from a
bring it.
$140 bottle to a
$14
$3 bottle.
$14. The best $14 you'll ever spend. We'll talk about that.
That's with inflation.
That's with the.
It's usually like
That's
7.
with yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So we'll take it a little turn next week and go something really, really cheap and findable.
Yeah.
And good.
And neon yellow, so
And neon yellow.
And neon nuclear.
you'll be able
yellow.
to see it in all its glory in
I-
4K video on
yeah.
YouTube.
I think they call it Chernobyl brown.
It's like the opening from The Simpsons with the rod.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Awesome. All right, guys.
All right.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.